Sorry I'm late. I was reading a book on helium and I couldn't put it down. Helium, I couldn't put it down. All right. Well, welcome to Chemistry with Mr. B. I would like to share with you one of my favorite lessons. I like to begin the school year with this lesson. In fact, I look forward to when school starts just to teach this lesson. I've been doing this lesson since my very first year of teaching in 1981. Wow, 1981, that was a long time ago. Well, when I came across the goldfish story, I was so intrigued and awestruck. I like, what? It blew me away. And I said, I got to make this a lesson in my chemistry class. And I've been teaching it ever since. So, I like to call this the goldfish problem. The goldfish phenomenon, actually, because it was a phenomenon that was reported by a biology professor at the Sorbonne University in Paris, France in 1908. Now, the Sorbonne University is a world-renowned research university, sort of like the MIT of Europe. So, I'm going to tell you about the investigation and the observations as it was reported by this biology professor to his class at the cooperative school in 1908. Now, the cooperative school was a school in Paris, France. It was created by the scientists and scholars at the Sorbonne University. These were very famous people. For instance, one of those parents was Marie Curie. Yes, Marie Curie, the two-time Nobel Prize winner in chemistry. So, these parents wanted to create a class, a school for their children that had a very challenging curriculum in science and scientific research. Now, Marie Curie had a daughter named Irene. Irene was 9 years old, or 10 years old actually at this time. And these students, the 9 students that were in this school, had an age range of from about 9 up to about 14. So what would happen is the professors would take turns teaching the children their area of expertise. So one day, the biology professor came in and presented his investigation and findings to his students and asked them to explain his findings. So, as I said, I like to start the school year with this. So now I would like to tell you about the goldfish phenomenon and the assignment I give my students as it goes along. So, the professor at the cooperative school wanted to do an investigation to see what happens to the water level when you add a goldfish to the water. So, here's the procedure for his investigation, aka experiment. He took a container of water, either a glass of water or a beaker of water, and he made it about half full or half empty, depending on how you look at it. Looks half empty to me, but that's just me. All right, and he measured the water level. Then he took a medium-sized goldfish, about half the diameter of the container, placed it in the container very carefully so no water splashed out. Otherwise, I'd ruin your experiment. And then he measured the water level again. And he discovered that the water level was exactly the same. It had not changed. So, he presented those findings to his students and asked them to explain why. So, I present these findings, explain the experiment to my students, and ask them to explain why. And that's my assignment for you. I'd like you to explain, why is the water level unchanged? So, you can submit your explanation in the add a comment section to this YouTube video, and I look forward to reading your explanation. Now, my explanation, I tell my students when they go to do this, there's no restrictions on what you can do and what you can't do, who you can talk to, no limitations. You have whatever resources it takes, whatever you need to do, you go ahead and do it. Because, it's all open. So I give them about a week to figure this out using whatever resources they need. Now, one of those students, Irene Curie, and was the actual student, she actually got the answer correct back in 1908. I mean, that was before the internet. I mean, geez. So, use whatever resources you need. And I look forward to your explanation in the add a comment section for this YouTube video. So, good luck and break a beaker. Oh, there's the bell. Well, it's been another great day in the lab. Thank you for watching. And tell a friend about Chemistry with Mr. B. Oh, and by the way, the actual explanation will be given in Lesson 3. Remember, chemists do it in the laboratory. Experiments. Come on, experiments. Jeez. All right. Have a good day. What? You're still here? You want a chemistry joke? All right. So, two chemists go into a bar. Bartender asks, "What do you have?" First chemist says, "I'll have an H2O." Second chemist says, "I'll have an H2O2. Second chemist died. He died, H2O2. Hydrogen peroxide. H2O2. Well, all right. I guess you had to be there. All right. Well, have a great day. See ya.